Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you for stopping by. I went ahead and shuffled this deck already, so let's jump into this video. Going to focus on the Divine Feminine. I do have another video that I just posted as well that is for the Divine Masculine, so feel free to check that out as well. But let's connect and see what's going on with the collective Divine Feminine. Okay, so we have the Hermit card that popped out. Let's get a couple of other cards before we continue. What else is going on with this Divine Feminine in the physical 3D? The Knight of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords. All right. So we have the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So let's read a little bit about the Hermit. These cards, by the way, you guys, are really focused on the chakra systems. Okay, so as you see here, we have the yellow, which is focused on the solar plexus, which is interesting because I was being called to wear yellow today. So I always think that the colors that you choose you want to wear reflect which chakra systems you're working on. So the solar plexus chakra, so this says the Fool is bathed in orange, an indication that she is in the second chakra of her emotions, using a lantern from the third chakra to see what she needs to. Yet in order to progress, she must find the feelings she has kept hidden, which will be key to opening her heart. Here in a third chakra card, we are looking externally when the answer lies within. If we are the answer, why look for it outside of ourselves? Keywords: reflection, study, fire, seeking, searching, contemplation. This is really funny, you guys, because in the Divine Masculines video that I just posted, which I definitely recommend you check it out, I was saying that the Divine Feminine was really being called to restructure her higher chakras. So looking at reconnecting with her intuition, reconnecting with her inner voice. And I was mentioning that this may come through as you not being able to hear yourself clearly, or you're doubting yourself, you're doubting your intuition, you're doubting that instinct, and you're really being called to reconstruct that. So very funny that the Hermit card came out, because that's definitely in line here. What really stood out to me was the searching and seeking, and the answers lie within. So this Hermit phase of going inward and remembering that our answers do lie within. Now let's go to the Knight of Swords, which, as you can see, is the blue. So this is focusing on the throat chakra, which in the last video I did mention that is one of the chakras that the Divine Feminines are working on now. Previously that was with the Divine Masculine. Now it is rotated over to the Divine Feminine. So looking at the Knight of Swords, it says, this knight does not wait. He rushes in with little to no emotion. He carries a result or an answer. It is your intention that has set this in motion. As a fifth chakra card, the time for communicating may be past. Action is now necessary. Things may or may not resolve in a way you'd like, but they will at least be complete. Keywords: intelligence, assertiveness, fanatic, feeling tense, wit, bluntness, and quick thinking. And I just heard fast track in my mind, so I think that this Knight of Swords definitely represents how you restructuring this intuition, you restructuring your inner voice, coming back into connection with that guidance and intuition and the goddess within you, and searching within rather than externally. So let's say this could have been looked at as you were looking too much at your Divine Masculine and what your Divine Masculine was doing, and focusing too heavily on that and trying to seek answers about what was going on in this connection by seeing what he was doing, that you forgot that the answers lie within you. Let me know if that resonates. I'd be curious to see if that is meant for someone. That really stuck out to me. So moving forward then, what this is showing is that this is going to fast track you. If you're able to come into this remembrance and connection, inner hearing, it's going to fast track you to be able to take that action that you need to take forward. Again, this might not necessarily mean take action in connecting with your Divine Masculine, what I'm really hearing for someone is that as a divine feminine, that action is stepping back into your power. When we are disconnected from our intuition, when we are disconnected from our inner voice, we can feel out of power. That is why we start seeking externally. So for this divine feminine, she's really being called to understand that she will know what action, what steps to take forward for herself when she starts reconnecting with this inner voice. So if you've been really worried about what do I do next, what action steps can I take next, I don't know where to go from here, if you've kind of been feeling those feelings which stem from not listening to your intuition and your inner voice and kind of blocking that, then this is definitely clarity for you that things will come to light once you reconnect with that inner voice. Everything is within us, you guys. We do not have to seek anything externally. So let's go to the Queen of Swords. So this color is the indigo, which represents the third, the third eye. So looking at the Queen, it says, this Queen is not alone or uncaring. Her furry companions betray her internal warmth. She has the ability to face any adversity and can cut off all ties if necessary. Be prepared to protect what is yours. Open yourself up to setting aside limiting ideas, something you may not have been willing to do until now. Be decisive and forthright. You may be faced with departure or an ending, but you will land on your feet. You have everything you need to face any challenge. Keywords are integrity, severing, ethics, advisor, aloofness, separation, and decisiveness. So what really stuck out to me is that separation card and decisiveness. So again, looking at the third eye chakra, so really connecting you guys again with that intuition, with seeing the bigger perspective, being able to look past what is happening right now in the physical and remembering this. So very much so in the higher chakras, just as I mentioned in the last video. So this is all going to clear up once you reconnect in your higher chakras. And you will, again, I was just saying, if you've been feeling like a little, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, that's that decisiveness. So that is where once you come in to the inner healing, remembering your inner voice, your inner truth, your inner healing, your inner hearing, then you are able to know which actions to take to move forward. And then, of course, you will be decisive and you will not have that mental conflict. The swords represent mentality. And so you will not have this mental conflict anymore, Divine Feminine. What does the Divine Feminine's higher self want to say to her? What does her higher self want her to focus on or know? I just got this feeling that was really like, it just struck me, and it was like a I want to give up feeling. So if you've been feeling that recently, Divine Feminine, if that was you that I was channeling, don't give up. This is all of this is working to bring you more clarity. You will have that clarity soon. So we have the Nine of Swords that fell out and the Empress. So let's go to the Nine of Swords, which is, as you can see, this is being filtered by the orange. So that means that we are looking at the sacral chakra. So the Nine of Swords says, the card of deep grief, which really goes along with the feeling that I just got. It struck me as soon as those cards fell out, that feeling really struck me of I want to give up. So that deep grief feeling. She has lost faith in all she once knew. Her values, energy, life choices, and allies are gone. To her, there is nothing, as she is in utter despair. There is only one answer. Be still and wait for the pain to pass. As deep as emotional devastation can be, it can also indicate the depth of love you felt. Validating a loss becomes the rite of passage into personal power. Embracing authentic emotions is cathartic. Can you feel it? Feeling like the world has turned against you can be devastating. An inability to self-soothe can expose a pattern of neglect. If you are emotionally burned out, rest. So the keywords are grief, defeat, despair, devastation, incarceration, and insomnia. So I'm really hearing that for some divine feminines, you may have been struggling with sleep patterns, with insomnia lately. And what really stuck out to me here as well is the inability to self-soothe. So again, focusing so much on the divine masculine that you're forgetting to work with yourself, to pay attention to yourself. Do not neglect yourself, divine feminine. Do not put all the focus on this divine masculine. And that is a process of learning in this dynamic. You both will not come into physical union until you learn that you should put yourself first, no matter who this connection is with, no matter if it's a twin flame, no matter if it's a soulmate, if it's a karmic partner, a friendship, whatever you want to say, you need to put yourself first, and do not neglect yourself by focusing so much on a counterpart. So yes, this is definitely going on with the divine feminine. You may have felt like what I'm getting is two messages. So you may have felt that you lost this divine masculine, that there's just no point in pursuing it. You want to give up. But then on another side, I'm really seeing that a divine feminine just hyper fixated on the divine masculine, and that is causing the grief because of that self-neglect. So let's look at the Empress. So this is focused around the green, which is the heart chakra. So it says here in the first heart chakra card, deep emotional issues with the feminine side are represented. So yes, again, going back to these emotional issues that we were just talking about, possibly there is a need to seek permission from a female in your life, or an underdeveloped relationship with the feminine. Yeah, you guys are again focusing so much on the divine masculine that we forget to focus on the feminine. The feminine needs attention too, you guys. And this is inner too. We have our inner feminine, we have our inner masculine as well. So maybe you've been taking so much time in action, so much time in thought, so much time in trying to figure things out. That's definitely divine masculine energy. The masculines want to figure things out. They want to solve things. They want to fix. And we're forgetting about the divine feminine within us, who wants to reflect, who wants to connect, who wants to be guided, who wants to love and express. So don't forget about that side. Don't forget about your inner divine feminine. The wisdom of feminine power is experienced, not taught. What thought must you take on internally to know you are magnificent just as you are? Keywords are love, safety, trust, empathy, kindness, and commitment. So again, not much clarification needed around that, you guys, but really opening up your heart chakra back up to yourself. Focusing that love and attention that you were showing the divine masculine recently, really turning that back inward to yourself is going to allow all of this more clarity to come through. It is going to allow you to step out of this grief that you're feeling. So let's get some messages from the divine feminine. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? And I just wanted to reference as well, you guys, this is kind of the divine feminine's version of the tower. As in my last video, the divine masculine was going through his tower moment. This is definitely a reflection of what her tower moment is. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? I hope if and when we reconcile, we can do things differently, in a better way, a healthy and happy way. Yes, absolutely. Going back to what I was saying earlier, you guys will not come into union until you are able to approach each other in a healthier dynamic, which is why all of this is coming into fruition, why all of this work is happening. What else does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? I accept you the way that you are. You do not need to come up to my expectations. My heart is still open to you. So yes, absolutely. We know as the divine feminines, they're definitely still open to divine masculine. We know that this union is in focus for them. It is truly what they want. Let's pull from this deck to hear from more from the Divine Feminine. What does the Divine Feminine want to say to her Divine Masculine? Okay, so I have control issues, absolutely. As we were just talking about, we're so, some of the Divine Feminines, if this connects with you, the Divine Feminines are definitely hyper fixated on the Divine Masculine right now, which is in contribution to control issues. So if this resonates, just try to let go. Try to let go and fall into the process. It says, I want to contact you, but I'm not sure what to say or how to approach you. I think this is definitely going hand in hand with the control issues. We know right now is not the time, you guys. And then I know I have mother issues. So this fell out. This might be for 1 or 2 people. If you are going through, it's interesting that we have the Empress that came out, which was just mentioning that you might want to connect with another feminine guide. So this may be re-triggering some mother issue wounds with some Divine Feminines in the collective. It maybe your mother passed on, or you don't have that strong connection with your mother, or you don't have a healthy relationship with your mother. Right now is a time that you might be feeling into those feelings of wishing that you had that connection, which is re-triggering you, of course, to re-look at the dynamic with your mother and heal whatever wounds that need to be healed there. So again, this may only be for 1 or 2 people, but I feel like that message came out for you. So really know that this is in focus for you, Divine Feminine, and that you do have the power, though, to reconstruct that dynamic with your mother, even if you're not able to communicate with her, and really reestablish and feel into your heart that on a spiritual level, your mother is there. She loves you. She wants to guide you. She wants to protect you, and to call on that energy in the 5D, in the spiritual realm, even if it's not capable of being done in the 3D. I think that will definitely allow you to help heal those wounds. All right, guys, I'll leave it off for there for the Divine Feminines. I'm wishing you guys so much happiness and love on this journey. Do not give up. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, so this will turn around. Oh, and if it did resonate, go ahead, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to do more videos for you guys. I'll see you on the next one.